Hey, welcome back. So today we got a little bit of a different video. We're going to talk about this Crye Precision belt kit that I recently had an opportunity to use in a patrolling type environment, and kind of why I think this is a pretty awesome setup and what advantages it might give you if you're in the environment where you're in a very hot, densely vegetated place and you're using a ruck, an assault pack, and you don't necessarily have to wear body armor, which is kind of unique nowadays, but I think the situation still exists. So first things first, these are the Crye Suspenders. These are their low pro suspenders. They have no padding, and it's really awesome because a conventional rucksack or assault pack fits right over these straps, and it's incredibly comfortable. It's as if these straps aren't even there. Crye did a really awesome job. In the back, there's also some elastic for a little bit of give, a little bit of flex, which we'll see when I take this off. These are the best suspenders I've used for this kind of thing, and they're definitely the most versatile. The belt is just the Crye Blast belt. It is a really nice, rigid design, very comfortable, very well padded. And we'll see also the interface between the suspenders and the belt is definitely top notch. What this also does for me, and this belt being what it is it allows me to wear my rucksack and have the pack itself kind of rest on these back pouches on the hip belt of the belt kit. So I don't have two waist straps to worry about. I'm not trying to fit my strap for my pack under my LBE or anything like that. I just have one thing. I throw the pack over, the shoulder straps go on, I clip that sternum strap, and it rides just like a normal ruck. I covered, I don't know how many kilometers with this setup, and it was just as good as any main pack being worn conventionally that I ever had. Up front, I've taken some things off that I was using, but this is generally what I had. We have these two Tactical Tailor Nalgene bottle pouches. I really like these because there's a ton of room in them, right? You can fit a Nalgene plus some. It's rubberized on the inside, pretty durable. We have quick release buckles, and I just stow the extra tail. And you have a piece of Velcro that I've silenced because I didn't want that ripping constantly. What I have here is kind of what I think is a pretty awesome way to carry this. Is I have 4 PMags in this pocket, so I can have 8 magazines, essentially, more than a standard combat load on my body, evenly distributed. Is coming out of this pouch, the fastest reload? Am I going to be the next Chris Costa? Absolutely not. But it's very secure. It's very slick. What I've also done here is underneath these magazines, I have inserted the standard issue survival tin. Right, so a little survival kit with all the things that are kind of okay, good enough. And this tin is now completely out of the way. It's on my first line kit, and it's also doing double duty. That kind of keeps my magazines propped up a little higher in this pouch, and there really isn't any rattle worth speaking of. So that's pretty awesome. Now, behind the hips, take this off for you guys. We have 2 HSGI Nalgene bottle pouches with actual Nalgenes in them. So I prefer to use bottles whenever possible. It's easier to fill from natural water sources, streams, rivers, things like that. And then I can always look through because I tape off a window and I can see the quality of the water that's in here. And I also use the Nalgene cup, right, which is just like your standard issue canteen cup, but it fits a Nalgene. So big fan of these. If you're still using a USGI canteen, you need to stop doing that. On the back right hip here, I went with a Glock field knife for this because they're only like 30 bucks. They're basically indestructible. They're incredibly light. The sheath fits on this belt very securely, and the knife locks in the sheath. So this is a phenomenal field knife. Is it the sharpest knife in the world? Definitely not. But it's super tough, super cheap, and it's super secure on your kit. So Glock did a really good job with this before they did a good job with a pistol. And then in the middle, this is where I had my med kit. I've since taken that off and put that on a different rig right now, but it's just the standard zip issued pouch there. While we have this off, we'll kind of look at how the suspenders and the belt interface. So, pull this padding out, still got some dirt. There you go, it's actually been used. And these suspenders loop through the moly webbing and around the entire belt. And that's how they're secured on this LBE. So that's pretty great because you see a lot of traditional belt kit. There's like an eyelet or something, and all the weight of that belt, when it's hung on the suspenders, is on one eyelet. Whereas with this setup, the suspenders are hanging, the weight on the entirety of the belt rather than just an eyelet. And then on top of it, you have a very good, solid, load-bearing belt. So most of the time, there's very little weight on the shoulders, except when you want there to be. Some advantages of kit like this. First off, you have great interface with the rucksack. We kind of covered that before. The Brits have traditionally done this a lot. They have very, very large belt kit. In addition, your entire front, it is open. So typically I'll have like some little stuff here, but my entire kind of center line is open. Right? I could run a micro chest rig underneath here if I wanted to for a little quicker magazine or something else like that. But it lets me vent, right? Vent out, the hot gases as you're moving very, very well. Traditionally, what people did as well was, there's no need for a dump pouch because I can open my blouse up, I can throw a magazine down there. I walked around basically like this, opened up most of the time so that I could get kind of that good off gas. I take my gloves off, sew them in my blouse real quick, put them back on, etc. I can also now use the pouches that are on, the pockets that are on my shirt, which you can't do if you're wearing a closed chest rig. And this is also really good for letting me wear a full field top, like this Crye field top, because these are a little more durable when you're going through vines, thorns, etc., than most combat tops. On top of it, when I want to, I can just open this up, transfer the weight to my shoulders instead of my hips. I can also get in a nice prone position and be flat to the deck. So this is really a super solid belt kit. I'm very happy with how it worked out. I don't think that the pouch configuration, what I was using, is the be-all, end-all, but I think that using the Crye suspenders, the Crye belt, and building out from there, maybe with a micro chest rig, an assault pack, or ruck, etc., is going to give you kind of an awesome LBE for super hot, super humid, and very heavily vegetated environments. Any questions, let me know, guys. I think this is probably my first kind of like LBE review, and maybe we'll start going down that path as well, talking about personal kit. Thanks.